Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Sang Jin-om, General Manager of the ID Quantique Korea, and it's an honor to be here to talk about the current status of Korea quantum industry ecosystems. I'd like to share where Korea stands today, the strategy we implemented, and the direction we are headed toward a quantum-powered future. Okay. Sorry, the text is really small, but you can take photos. I received the official document from the Minister of the Science ICT. So let's begin with a brief look at Korea's journey in quantum technology. There is a three-step. Back in 2019, Korea launched its first dedicated R&D. This marked our entry into the field. Since then, we moved step by step from policy to the planning and now toward execution. One of the most important milestones was the enactment of the Quantum Science and Technology Promotion Act in 2020. It showed the government's long-term commitment to quantum, not as a science project, but as a national priority. We are now in the industrialization phase. This shift is critical as it transforms our ambition into actual economic value. So what exactly is Korea aiming for? It's summarizing our national vision. By 2035, we are targeting 10,000 quantum workforce. It's very ambitious. Reaching 85% in technological maturity and capturing over 9.5 million US dollar in market value. But there are not just the numbers, they reflect the scale of our ambitions. What makes this significant is that Korea isn't just participating in the global race. We are aiming to shape it, and to do that, we need a robust ecosystem. Technology, talent, and infrastructure, and global partnerships, all moving together. This roadmap outlines Korea's three-phase strategy for building a quantum economy. The first phase, which are in now, focuses on commercialization ecosystem for quantum communication, sensing, and quantum cryptography, areas that are more mature and closer to market. In the second phase, we will aiming to localize quantum computing systems and develop domestic quantum cloud services. Finally, in the third phase, Korea hopes to position as a global leader, offering commercialized quantum computers and nationwide quantum network. What's important here is how Korea is sequencing its quantum ambitions. We are starting with what's ready, investing heavily in infrastructure and standard, and gradually scaling up toward the computing leadership. In short, we are not betting on one technology. We are building an ecosystem where we face enable the next. Here's a quick overview of Korea's national strategy for quantum, officially called the Act on Promotion of Quantum Science and Technology and Quantum Industry. It's wrong. So we make it short called the Quantum Law, passed last November. The law lays out clear action items Firstly, a comprehensive quantum plan is updated every 5 years, with more detailed annual implementation plan set each year. Governance-wise, there is a Quantum Strategy Committee chaired by the Prime Minister, supported by the working group and expert committees. Every year, the government conducts situation assessment, looking at global technology trends, workforce status, company, patent, and legal frameworks. There is also a dedicated quantum information system for data sharing and monitoring. And finally, a national technology roadmap is in place, covering strategy, investment, and the long-term direction. In short, this framework is how Korea is turning quantum from isolated R&D project into a structured, government-backed ecosystem. Here is a snapshot of Korea's national quantum ecosystem, driven by the Ministry of Science and ICT, and built on close collaboration between industry, academia, research institute, and government. It covers 3 key areas: quantum computing. Korea has already developed a 20 qubit. Maybe you can see on 3rd floor. Chris already showed that. 20 qubit quantum computer and the 50 qubit system currently in progress. Quantum communication. Korea became the 3rd country in the world to successfully transmit quantum information over 100 kilometers. Quantum sensing. Korea's world-class quantum gravitimeter is 10 times more accurate than conventional sensors. It shows a global leadership in quantum sensing technology. Behind all this, a growing network of National Research Institute, Quantum School. There was a designated 3 graduated quantum school in Korea. And there are many startups and global partnerships. So all working together to strengthening Korea's quantum capabilities. Korea is still in the early stage of quantum technology development and commercialization, but investment is ramping up very fast. You can see the growth on the left. In 2025, Korea's quantum budget will hit 198 billion Korean won. That's roughly 145 million USD, more than 54% compared to last year. The funding breakdown shows where the priorities are. 112 billion Korean won for R&D, covering for quantum computing, communication sensing, and enabling technologies as well. 41.7 billion for infrastructure like a quantum platform, fab, testbed, and computing services. And 44.4 billion for global cooperation and workforces, including partnership with international universities and training future experts. On top of that, Korea has pledged 3 trillion Korean won, let's say $2 billion in combined public and private investment by 2035. The message is very clear. Korea is not just experimenting, we are building a serious long-term quantum ecosystem. Korea's vision is very clear, to become a global leader in quantum technology by 2030. This flagship project is mission-driven, focused on turning advanced quantum research into real world. commercial capabilities as well. There are three key pillars. First, quantum computing. Korea is working to localize quantum computing system and cloud services with a project covering quantum system development, co-processor technology like superconducting neutral atom platform and application researches as well. Second, quantum communication. The goal is to lead the global quantum internet that includes building Korea's first entangled quantum network around 100-kilometer link connecting 3 nodes, along with the quantum repeaters and the distributed network technologies. And third, the quantum sensing. Korea is developing next-generation sensors, including satellite-free navigation, quantum imaging for precision diagnosis, and entanglement-based sensors. In short, this is how Korea plans to turn research into competitive, homegrown quantum technologies across computing, communication, and sensing. One of Korea's big priorities, building stronger global cooperation in quantum. On the left side, you can see how we are working with like-minded countries, setting up international cooperation centers in Europe, the US, and Asia-Pacific. These centers act as hubs for joint research, global standardization, and policy alignment through conferences and technical exchanges. In 2025, we plan to expand these, launching new projects focused on solving real-world technical challenges and promoting global compatibilities. At the same time, we are working closely with leading quantum universities worldwide. The goal is to build a global academic collaboration platform, supporting joint research on essential core technologies, early access to breakthrough innovations, and academic exchanges to grow the talent pipelines. In short, Korea's quantum strategy isn't just domestic. We know collaboration is key to building a strong, competitive global quantum ecosystem. Okay, now the second half of my presentation, let's take a closer look at who is driving these ecosystems. Korea Quantum Industry Association. So we call it KQIA. KQIA plays a key role in building Korea's quantum ecosystem. It brings together companies, universities, and research institutes to strengthening industry corporations, foster global partnerships, and support the workforce and development. The goal is to turn Korea's quantum potential into real economic impact across computing, communication, and sensing. We are building global connection for Korea's quantum ecosystem. We are working with the Ministry of Science ICT to expand initiatives like Quantum Korea 2025 and planning global research, including programs in Europe, the US, and Silicon Valley, etc. So over 90 companies have joined so far, so making KQIA the gateway to Korea's quantum science and technology network. There are many companies. We are rapidly expanding. As of this year, we are grown to the 19 members companies, including global players like Samsung, LG, Hyundai, SK, KT, IBM, ID Quantique, and IonQ as well. Also university and research institute. This shows how Korea is building a diverse cross-industry quantum ecosystem from computing to communication, sensing, and beyond. Here is an outlook for the members' location. Over two-thirds are domestic companies with a strong concentration in Seoul, Gyeonggi, and Daejeon, which are Korea's key innovation hub. What's notable is the diversity, not just in geography, but in roles. We have members focused on hardware development, others on use case exploration, and still others leading IP and standardization effort. This reflects maturing ecosystems. On that, understand that quantum is not a single vertical, it's a full stack transformation. We focus on 4 main activities to grow Korea's quantum industry. First, supporting companies through collaboration and policy. Second, building global partnerships and expanding Korea's presence worldwide. Third, promoting workforce development through education and training. And then finally, driving market adoption and real-world application of quantum technologies. So we connect industry, government, and global partners to build a competitive quantum ecosystems. So here are many activities. Maybe some of you are already participated, and I think there are many more coming big events in quantum industries are expecting this year. So we are actively expanding Korea's quantum footprint through global partnerships. We are collaborating with the leading players like Quandela, Zurich Instrument, QEDC, Pascal, IQM, IonQ, IBM, and many more, connecting Korea to quantum innovation hub across North America, Europe, and beyond. This global network strengthens Korea's position in the international quantum ecosystem. We have 4 key focus areas. First, the shaping quantum industrial policies through R&D, education, and policy support. Second, expanding quantum computing use cases and building industrial ecosystems. Third, strengthening IP protections, and reading technology standardizations. And finally, developing hardware technology and building a robust supply chain. So together, these efforts support market growth and global competitiveness. So to wrap up what we have seen today, Korea is no longer in the early experimental phase. We are building quantum infrastructure, funding a technology, training future talent, and fostering both public and private ecosystems. What's unique about Korea's approaching is its balance. Computing, not only computing, but also communication and sensing, and nowadays supply chain, supporting enabling technologies as well. We are not just funding research, we are enabling commercializations. And we are not going it alone, we are building global bridges. As we move into a future shaped by quantum technologies, Korea intends to be not just a participant, but a leader. And through collaboration across nation, sectors, and disciplines, we can shape a future where quantum doesn't remain a theory, but become a tool for solving real-world problems. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to future collaboration and dialogue with all of you. Thank you.